Hi there, Cancer. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net. This is your August 3rd full... Jeez, I started reading my thing. This is your August 2020 tarot reading. For the moons on August 3rd, there's a full moon in the sign of Aquarius. And on August 19th is a new moon in Leo. And of course, we're in Leo until August 19th, and then we move into Virgo energy. I feel like Cancers and Virgos would get along really well together. I guess water and earth do well together in general, but I just feel like that's a compatible sign. Good roommates together as well. Yeah, compatible roommates. Okay. So I'm doing a modified Celtic cross, I call it. That wanted to stay on the table. And one more. Okay, I shouldn't even sing at all. Okay, both of those want to come out. All right, you're getting an extra Cancer. What's on the bottom? Strength, nice. Okay. This is putting yourself out there, making yourself vulnerable, surrendering, accepting who you are and your strengths and weaknesses, and being afraid to do something and doing it anyway because you're worth taking a chance on, a leap of faith on, of going for something. And that takes a lot of vulnerability. It has nothing to do with brute strength or how much you can bench press or whatever. It has to do with being able to show up every day and continue to push forward for what you want in life. And it has the infinity symbol in this card. It's usually the 8 card too, which on its, not every deck, some deck it's switched with justice, but the 11 card. But it's this showing up every day, having the strength to show up every day and to keep putting one foot in front of the other takes a lot of strength, and to be vulnerable and put yourself out there to live an authentic life of your dreams, because you only live once. And the Chariot card underneath, it's making a plan and taking action. It's not being a passive or an idle bystander of your life. It's taking action to create the life that you want. That's authentically the life you want, not what other people think you should do, what looks good to the outside world, or anything. It's what kind of life do you want to create for yourself? So what was in the focus that is now fading into the past? Oh, the 6 of Cups. You could have gotten together with childhood friends. This is nostalgic energy, and it's kind of interesting because if you were to think about it, I know talking to my brothers, we remember things completely differently. They are older, so maybe they are more accurate. I don't know. But if both of us were to really go back in time to that actual moment and relive it, neither of us probably are remembering it the way it actually went down in real life. I love this card. A lot of us probably had a childhood pet that then in your early adulthood or late teens you lost, and it's heartbreaking. Remembering the good times, the simple things in life. Was there anything better than just having a dog and a ball and just enjoying being outside and spending time with that dog, throwing the ball, things like that? The simple things in life, really focusing on day-to-day, simple, beautiful things in life, like being able to take, like waking up every day, being able to take a walk, just reveling in earth and the present. Beautiful. What do you want most? So I don't usually read reversals, but I did notice this Eight of Swords was in reverse. This is our own self-sabotaging, the devil on our shoulder, the doubts, the fears, feeling like we have to do things because from our childhood, and this isn't any dig on parenting per se, it's just we all grow up in a society, in a culture, in a family, in a area that has its own set of expectations, and they're fairly arbitrary in some ways. I mean, there are some parts of the world that, like in America, being very, very thin is what's considered the standard, but there are other parts in the world that isn't true, and there are other periods in time that isn't true, and it's a social construct. And wanting to break free of living based on what your perception is to the outside world versus living for what's truly authentically you in the inside. And being freed from trauma and programming and those things that make us spiral and worry and feel bad about ourselves. That'd be nice, huh? I'm with you there, Cancer. What's in focus now? Two of Swords. Everyone has awesome tattoos in this deck. Well, not everyone, but lots of people. Making a decision. Having a hard time making a decision. Feeling maybe you can't make the decision you want. Feeling trapped. Analysis paralysis. You know, you have to make the decision that's right for you. Just like we were saying, living for the expectations of how we were brought up and where we were brought up and the time period we were brought up in versus what authentically feels right for you. So it can be hard to make a decision because it's so ingrained in us that, oh, you should do this. You should have this job. You should. And it's like, but that feels like it's going against my true nature. What else is the Fool? Yeah, releasing yourself from those boundaries and those burdens of the mind and moving forward authentically into what you want to do, lightening your load, lightening your baggage, dealing with your baggage from childhood, healing your inner child. So you may want to think about going into therapy, talk about the ultimate, making yourself vulnerable. Just this Fool is ready to, and some people say the Fool is foolish. I don't think so, because the Fool sort of knows that if I wait for everything to be perfect or for it to feel exactly right, I'll never get there, because it's not the way life is, and I need to move forward now, knowing this is as good as time as any. Yeah, they have a light load. They're taking a leap of faith on themselves, believing in themselves, surrender. Coming into focus is the Seven of Wands, and this is, you may get some pushback. If you make some sort of decision, you may get pushback from friends, your family, whoever. And this is saying, Be at peace with your decision. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone. You are your own sovereign person, and you can make the right decisions for yourself. You will deal with those consequences, and no thank you or a simple statement of fact is you don't need to explain yourself. A lot of times people react to decisions we make in our lives, but it comes from their perspective and their experience and their childhood and their conditioning and their fear. And it's more reflection on them than on your situation. You don't have to defend yourself for living the life that feels right for you and is authentic for you. But that takes some real freaking vulnerability and strength. Ah, ah, ah. There's a bug. Okay, I'll calm down. So some of the overall cards, this moon energy. Is it moon Cancer card? Maybe it's Pisces, but whatever. It's a water card. So we have that August 3rd full moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is really shifting your thinking, out of the box thinking, innovation, ahead of its time. It's definitely ideas that are ahead of their time. So society will be like, really? That's what you value? That's what you think's important? But it's often because most of society, there hasn't been a social construct, hasn't gotten that way, gotten to that point, if it ever will. Going deep in your emotions, though. Really doing some soul searching. Going deep. All right, what are the other two overall cards here? Six of Pentacles, generosity, give and take, giving back. Maybe you'll volunteer somehow for something. There's a balance to this card. This also has the infinity symbol in the background. I'm sort of getting also like your spirituality and living authentically and finding your way. That is a perpetual process. It's you don't do one sit up or push up and say, "Oh, my arms and abs are set for the rest of my life." It's something we have to do every single day. God, it's hard. It's something you have to work on. Your mental health, your healing your childhood, making yourself vulnerable, living your authentic life, lightening your load. Everything I've been saying, it's like, it's just something. It's the condition, the life condition, is sort of managing those expectations and understanding that and getting it into a routine. Just like with exercise, you can look forward, you get into that routine. Same with meditation, same with bringing your spirituality into everyday life instead of, oh, I need to escape from reality and go meditate and there's nothing wrong with it, but how about bringing that meditation and those metaphysical, spiritual tools, mental health tools into everyday life as a whole? Ace of Wands, that's a beautiful card to end on. Having energy, getting inspired, enthusiasm, motivation, inspiration, entrepreneurial energy, an inner knowing, but it's an action card, getting your mojo back. This can be meeting someone new, having an instant attraction, finding something that just fires you up. You want to consume it, something you just want to research and read about and learn about. That's the way I was with tarot a million years ago. It was love at first sight. I think the next day, my friend had gotten some. I was in college. Let's read your cards. I'm like, what are they? I know it's weird because I know I had seen them before, but I don't know. she opened the deck was like wrapped. I still remember her talking about this in cloth. And I mean, I was just enthralled. And the next day I went out and got my own tarot deck. And here we are. It's something, yeah. So it's something like that that will just become a part of your everyday life, whether it's, again, a person, a job, a hobby, a interest, what a friendship. Uh, breaking free this month from negative things you felt tied to, and making a conscious decision to break free, to learn how to deal with your mental. We control our thoughts, we control our emotions, we control everything about us for the most part. Um, and doing the work, whether, again, I'm getting strongly maybe going to counseling to break free from those mental prisons and that conditioning that is not serving us and makes us sad, and getting a new perspective, a higher perspective. The Fool, it gets very high. It's up on the top of a mountain. And not apologizing for it. A lot of acceptance, and then lots of energy, because you have a clear path forward. Once the blocks were all internal, but once you've started really looking at those and examining those and exploring those and seeing them for what they are, sort of getting rid of the nostalgia, maybe, you're able to sort of break free and things really move forward. I like it. I like it, Cancer. Hope you have a wonderful August. Take care.